But, just proud of the way our guys kept fighting, kept playing. I think we continue to learn every single play and grow. And you see that at the end with ZB's, interception. Guys saw it a couple times, them throwing the ball up in the air and really just laying it up there, maybe even sometimes underthrowing it.
I'll have more in a moment.
CB&S Bank has a long history of stability and a legacy of serving our community's needs for generations. You could say we know a thing or two about tradition. We've been family, community, and financially strong since we began in 1906. Being a team player is part of our culture. That's why at CB&S Bank, we're proud to sponsor the University of Alabama Athletics and prouder to take the field or court with you. Visit cbsbank.com today. Member FDIC and Equal Housing Lender.
Join us tonight for Crimson Tide Rewind, presented by the Alabama Department of Public Health at 6 p.m. Central at Baumhower's Victory Grill in Vestavia Hills. Crimson Tide Rewind is available to listen to across our radio network, the Varsity Network app, and catch the video replay as well on Tuesday on the CTSN YouTube page. Crimson Tide Today is brought to you by CB&S Bank. Crimson Tide Today is a production of the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
The state's largest orthopedic group is growing to meet the needs of the patients in our community. The Orthopedic Center has long been the most trusted name in orthopedics in North Alabama. So as our area continues on the fast track, so does the need for premier orthopedic care anywhere and anytime you need it. TOC is proud to announce the opening of our new locations in Albertville and Hampton Cove, along with the grand opening of our newest office in Decatur. These clinics will offer the same high-quality orthopedic care you have come to associate with TOC, with the convenience of being closer to home. As a patient, your time is your most precious asset, and we recognize that at TOC. That's why we are also proud to announce the opening of our urgent ortho clinics to handle those bumps and bruises that need prompt attention. These clinics are available to care for acute orthopedic injuries with no appointment necessary. With 38 physicians, 20 centers of excellence, and now more than a dozen locations to serve you, TOC will continue to be the name you turn to for the best orthopedic care at the right time. Visit our website at visittoc.com for more information. TOC, helping you live a better life.
If you work in a dangerous or logistically intense industry, you know good training can be a challenge. There are training costs, safety concerns, and difficulty replicating real-world scenarios. There's a better way used right now in the Army and in all our armed services to better prepare our heroes, and it's available to you in your organizations. Higher Echelon's Game Development Team is revolutionizing learning in military training, dangerous industry, STEM, and sports performance domains with cutting-edge virtual training that immerses you in lifelike scenarios without the cost and safety concerns for trainees. With Higher Echelon's game-based training, you'll experience realistic simulations, precision accuracy, and unparalleled safety. Higher Echelon founder Dr. Joe Ross is retired Army who played and later coached for the cadets and puts that experience to use. His team has been building cutting-edge virtual training environments for soldiers and clients for a decade. Higher Echelon, the name you can trust for advanced training solutions. Reach out at higherechelon.com to get your free consultation. Go Higher and go Army.
Hi folks, Bobby White back again for Woody Anderson Ford, inviting you to come test drive any one of our over 100 F-150s. From rock-solid, dependable work trucks to our state-of-the-art Platinum Series, we've got an F-150 for you. Test drive one today, and you'll understand why the F-150 is the best-selling truck in America, going on 48 years in a row. Just as successful offenses and defenses are built on teamwork, Woody Anderson Ford is powered by our people. Our sales and service teams are well-trained to save you time and money. And because we want your business again and again, no one will work harder to earn it. Our mobile service teams come to your home or business for oil changes, brake work, tire rotations, and more. And the great thing is you don't pay extra for it. We come to you with mobile service at no extra charge. Proud to be local, family-owned, and at your service for over 62 years. Woody Anderson Ford, Alabama's F-150 Superstore.
Hey, Huntsville. Looking for action-packed events? The Huntsville Sports Commission is your hub for all things sports. From youth events to national tournaments, we've got events that thrill and inspire. Whether you're an athlete, a fan, or a volunteer, there's something for everyone. Cheer on your favorite teams, witness amazing talent, and be a part of the excitement. Check out our event calendar and get involved at huntsvillesports.com. That's huntsvillesports.com. Be there, Huntsville.
Take it to the house this football season with the Alabama Manufactured Housing Association. If Alabama or Auburn returns their first received kickoff in the second half for a touchdown at a home SEC game, one lucky fan will win up to a $75,000 down payment towards the purchase of a manufactured home from an authorized AMHA dealer. Don't miss your chance to take it to the house this season and win a beautiful manufactured home. Register to win today at auburntigers.com/ticket-to-the-house or rolltide.com/ticket-to-the-house. Certain terms and conditions may apply. To learn more, visit alamha.org. Eagle Masonry and Insulation. It's right there in the name. Eagle is your one-stop shop for block, stone, or brickwork, monument signs, and outdoor kitchens and fireplaces. Eagle also offers the finest craftsmanship and insulation, including fiberglass or spray foam insulation, and of course, insulation removal. Philip Love and his team have years of experience, bringing the region the best in masonry and insulation services. For more information and a quote, visit insulatewitheagle.com or call 256-755-1556. Eagle saves you time. Eagle saves you money. Ann Adams with Berkshire Hathaway Rise Real Estate is the one name to know if you're buying or selling real estate. With years of local experience, Ann Adams offers buyers in-depth knowledge of the local housing market and will narrow available properties down to those you'll be interested in so you can save time when shopping for your new home. If you're ready to sell, Ann offers a seamless process using accurate pricing and expert negotiation skills to make sure you get a fair price for your home. Call Ann Adams today at 256-337-2625 or log on bhhsriserealestate.com.
At Mr. Sparky, we're America's on-time electrician. Flickering lights and hot switches can be annoying, but they can also signal a major problem, or worse, an electrical emergency. So play it safe and leave it to the experts at Mr. Sparky. Trust our team of professional, clean, and friendly electricians. We'll get it done right and get it done safely.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888-8-Sparky.
Independently owned and operated, licensed in the respective state or county.
Flying nonstop from Huntsville is a breeze on Breeze Airways. They're nice people flying nice people to nice places on really nice planes. Let's be direct. Nonstop from Huntsville to the places you want to go. Las Vegas, Orlando, or Tampa starting at $49. It's time for a weekend getaway or a long overdue week away. Time to check in using the convenient Breeze app and check out. What are you waiting for? Book today at flybreeze.com. That's flybreeze.com. Breeze Airways. Seriously nice.
Here in North Alabama, barbecue is a part of what makes our home so special, and great barbecue from Lawler's makes it just that much better. Since 1978, Lawler's has been serving up their delicious barbecued pork, ribs, chicken, ham, and turkey for generations of family get-togethers. Recognized as the best barbecue joint in Alabama for 2 years in a row, Lawler's is thrilled to share their award-winning barbecue for your next family meal or catered event. Order online or stop by any one of their 14 area locations. Lawler's Barbecue, cooked slow, served fast.
It's time to get ready for game day. That means Alabama football and tailgating. Whether you're tailgating at home or at Bryant-Denny, visit Brooks & Collier for North Alabama's largest selection of premium grills and smokers like Big Green Egg, Blaze, Delta Heat, Memphis, and Traeger. Satisfy any palate with our wall of rubs and seasonings. For all your tailgating needs, visit Brooks & Collier at 813 Meridian Street or at brooksandcollier.com. An Alabama tradition for over 75 years. Roll Tide. It's time to get ready.
Continue to be proud of the team. I thought the preparation that we put into, the weeks, we had a bye week there. I thought the guys did an excellent job. And I think the preparation goes back before that too. There's just a continual improvement that we have. And it's something I think that's just inside of these guys. They want to be great. Just proud of the way they bring it every single day and the energy. It shows every day I step on the football field. So proud of that. And, they're doing a lot of things well. I think we're continuing to do more things well on both offense, defense, and also with special teams. Always going to be things that we need to continue to clean up. We know we're only as good as our last game, and everything that's on film or anything that didn't go, like you'd hoped is going to be what the next opponent's going to look at and try to attack you with. So, I think looking forward to tomorrow morning and a great practice. Should be full of energy. It needs to be the best Tuesday we've ever had, just because that's the way we have to approach each and every opportunity.
Thank you, Coach. We'll start with Charlie Potter on far right.
Yeah, hey, Coach. Just with Ryan, how do you teach a guy that young just to manage some of the things that are coming his way from an attention standpoint? Excuse me.
he's obviously got a lot coming his way. Can you give me a water? And a lot of things that we expect him to continue to do, right? Make a lot of plays, and he's going to continue to bring on that attention, and just educating him and understanding, both on the field while he's doing his thing and away from it. Just that the impact he has is seen, the influence he has is great, and just how to manage all of that. So it's just a process, and it's not just with him; it's with every one of our guys. We try to do a really good job of that, there's a lot going on, and every little thing is picked up on, especially these days. And Ryan's first class guy all the way, through and through, and love coaching him. He brings a great work ethic, smile, all the things you want each and every day to practice.
Jumped over to Chase on the far left.
Question you didn't get asked about on Saturday night. When you had the miscue on the kickoff return in the fourth quarter, you got a drive started at your own 3-yard line. Bernard makes a tough catch to move the change. You end up punting on that drive, but you drove it away from the goal line enough that I think Georgia took over on their own 33. How critical was it, even on a –
Yeah. No, that's a really good point. And the first point is that we got to do a better job of making sure, that situation doesn't happen. We talked a lot about that yesterday in our special teams meeting, and we'll learn from that. And, getting those first downs and getting yourself some space, and especially when you do have James where he can flip the field, you want to, obviously move the ball further and get more first downs. But that was a big catch, converting there with it was Germ on the catch there. So it's critical because no one likes to be punting in their end zone. That space gets pretty tight, and they did a nice job, converting. But always felt like getting a couple first downs is the minimum. We didn't get 2 of them, but getting our backs off of the goal line was certainly important there.
Over to Nick on the right.
Yeah, we had a chance, I think it was right before halftime, that get to see you pretty fiery in a moment. And for a guy who's known for being so even keel, what's kind of your approach for when to kind of show that side of yourself?
Yeah, I don't think you predetermine, when or what you're going to do and all that. But I just, the guys are fighting. And, when you see something a certain way, and I know that I just felt like that was a big time in the game. We were doing a lot of things well, and some opportunities that just, we didn't take advantage of as a team. And that moment right there, we talk about the middle 8 and going to the locker room with a lot of momentum. And I know we got a safety there right in that area too, but there were some missed opportunities that we'd have loved to have had. And I was just, fighting for my team. And I know they were out there fighting and doing everything they could. And so just loved the way we were playing up until that point. I wanted to keep it going, and I saw it a certain way and wanted to make it known. So
back left, Steven.
The tight ends were used a lot throughout the game, especially CJ Dupree. Like, how does he make this offense go?
The tight end has always been an extremely critical part of our offense. The ability to be able to line up wide, come in tight, hand down, off the ball. The more things all guys can do, especially skilled players in our offense, the more versatile we'll become. Receivers who can run the ball. We saw that with some guys Saturday night, running backs that can catch the ball. We saw that for a touchdown and some other opportunities as well. Just that versatility to where a defense coordinator, putting a game plan has to give them all these different, elements of how we're going to attack. With CJ in particular, he's continued to, find his way into this offense, and guys finding him, whether it's Jalen or us just understanding, the best way is to utilize him the way he's most comfortable. He did a nice job, and he has done a nice job taking advantage of these opportunities. And there was just more of them. And that was part of the plan, things that fit a lot of different ways where we felt we could attack. And he did a nice job, all game long, as well as did the other tight ends.
We got a few questions from the front here. Row, let's start with Jack.
Hey, Coach, you mentioned the safety, that coming right off of an interception. How big was that just from a momentum standpoint to see your defensive unit make a stand like that and put some points on the board right after a turnover on offense?
Yeah, it's huge. And, really, the defenses love to be in that spot. Didn't like that how we got into that spot because we had to kick it down to him there, or that was actually off the interception. That's even worse, right? But taking advantage, and when a team has their backs to the wall, just like we just spoke of with our back to the wall, that's a tough spot to be in. And I thought Coach Womack and the defense dialed some good things up and put them in a really uncomfortable spot where they had to, really react quickly. And, we got the intentional grounding. So those 2 points, all points, as we saw at the end of the game, were really critical. And, I think when it comes to points in general, and this is a little off the topic, that's one thing I loved about our team. The 2-point conversions at the end, whether it's us scoring or us stopping them, understanding the significance of every point. And that goes for extra points in the middle of the game or first quarter. I think our guys play hard each and every time, each and every play, but especially when those points are at stake.
You mentioned the running backs getting involved in the passing game. I think that throw, the touchdown pass to Jam, might have been Jalen's most, perfectly placed pass of the night. Just how have you seen him improve in those intermediate throws, 10 to 19 yards past line of scrimmage?
Yeah, the thing that stuck out to me in the moment even is that he didn't even think twice, and that is just something I think is coming along more and more. I think when it comes to Jalen's game, there's the fundamental piece, right, that you're always working on. And there's also then the element of understanding the offense and what we're trying to accomplish with concepts. And then there's a trust that has to be there with the other guys that are there in front of you to block, the guys that are running the routes, just all of it coming together. And I think you just see in each and every week those steps in all those areas happening, and the progress he's making. And that doesn't just happen. You have to intentionally work at all of it. And it's communication. Hey, I might throw that in there if you have a step on him. It's just reaffirming with each and every one of them in practice. And that's a lot of work. And he brings that energy. He brings that intentionality each and every day.
Hey, Coach, I'm sure you'd probably love to have the success in the second half as you did the first half, but how important was it for your team to be battle tested, and what'd you learn about them?
Yeah, it's important for us to now have this each game provides experiences, right? Every game, every opportunity, and we all have our experiences outside of being here at Alabama, all the areas, places we came from. And we talked about this as a team. For us to start fast, like we have really the last 2 games we did against Western Kentucky, the South Florida game, I think we learned a lot. But I really like that because that shows the preparation, the confidence that is a result of it. We hit the ground running. Yes, we would like to have a better second half. There's literally one play here, one play there, a small little piece that would have in the early part of the third quarter, mid part of the third quarter, completely changed that game. And unfortunately, it did happen, and we have to continue to learn from that. Continue to just understand that those moments become big, and so that experience that we went through, whether it was the missed opportunities or how resilient we were at the end, and learning that, in the end, it was a team win because the offense scored and the defense stopped them, and it took both sides of the ball doing everything they could to help us win that football game. And so there's a good positive vibe because it wasn't just one side or the other that carried the weight or found a way to win. It was a team win, and we'll learn from that and continue to trust and believe in each other and continue to grow as a team because of it.
Hey, Kalen. I'm curious, as a former offensive coordinator, how difficult is Kane Womack's swarm defense, the disguise that it brings? How hard is that for an offense to plan against?
Yeah, and there's a reason why, I wanted Kane to be here. I saw it back in 2019 when I was at Indiana with him and really liked a lot about what he was doing, whether it was schematically or how he brought a unit together, the support he gives me and the type of person he is. I could go on and on. But when it comes to what your question was about, what he can do, I think it's a little bit different than what you see from, and every defense has got their style. So, a lot of people are probably going to say that, but there's a mix of attacking style with the opportunity or the way of just making people earn it. And he can just kind of pull on that and make it kind of look the same from play to play. And he's got a great mindset, great, schematic system that he can really draw upon to be able to pull the trigger on whatever he wants, and then being able to communicate it through his staff and make it simple for our guys to allow them to play fast is I think what you're also seeing, especially early in the season here as a new team. There's still just stuff that's happening that we haven't been through, experiences and situations, and each and every game. That's one thing you just worry about going into a game like this is it's an early game of the season. It gets a very quality opponent, and all those situations that you try to get your team to understand and prepared for during spring, summer, fall, they're never the same as when it happens out there in the moment. And Kane's just done a great job preparing the defense and allowing them to play fast and do the things they're doing. 4 takeaways against a team that hadn't had any turnovers. That's a big deal.
Back right, Ryan.
Coach, a lot of talk after the game about the atmosphere on Saturday, how electric it was. And I was, nationally, and I was talking to fans yesterday at a restaurant that said they haven't seen Bryant Denny like that. It was really loud. How big is that moving forward? What's your message to the fans?
You're helping me out. I appreciate that. I was going to talk about that because that was a huge deal. And, we are, the guys are in a hotel and they're going through walkthroughs and all of that, whether it's Friday night, Saturday, and you don't really have a sense of what's going on out there. I got a chance to go out there on game day, the set, and get a good feel of it, and maybe just give them a heads up that, hey, it's going to be a fun day. It's going to be a lot of energy, and when we start pulling into the stadium, you instantaneously could feel it. And I'm on that first bus with the guys, and their eyes were wide open and excited about what they were feeling and seeing. And then, of course, just throughout the game, I just can't tell you enough. I think there's just an energy. It's not like you pick out any single thing. Like I still haven't, I hate to say this, I'm embarrassed to say this, Dixieland Delight. I still haven't really experienced it. I don't know when. I thought it was supposed to happen between the third quarter and the fourth quarter, but it must happen another time. So the lights go out and I'm thinking it's going to happen and it doesn't happen. So I'm still learning myself, but the energy, the excitement of it, there's just, something special about playing in Bryant Denny. I can't tell the fan base how much the guys love it, and we appreciate it and can't wait to continue to do it again.
Last question, Jamie.
Coach, where would you rank Saturday's game and all the past games you've been a head coach in?
Yeah, there's a lot of great ones. I think I go back to, I think this has been brought up. I think maybe in Coach Womack talked about it, the experiences you've been through. Like I've been through enough to where I just think so optimistically, like we can do this. We can do this, and trying to get that to your team is the tricky part because they haven't been through all those experiences. They don't have enough games under their belt to be able to have something that's happened at almost every spot in the field, offensively, defensively. We can get that an interception, just believing that's going to happen, or we can convert this 4th down. We can get this touchdown. And it's definitely up there because there was certainly the ebbs and flows to an extreme when it comes to the lead, the loss of a lead, and then even in the last 2.5 minutes, just how the game went back and forth. So it is a big one. I think the significance of it being our first conference game against a top-ranked opponent, taking all of those things in, it's as big as any. I mean, I have a lot of pride in winning some national championships and things like that, so that's internal. But this is where my feet are at right now, and so this is the most important one I've ever won, and it ranks at the top.
Thank you, Coach. Appreciate it.
You bet.
Kalen DeBoer press conferences are brought to you by McCurry Motors.
Owen Home Appliance Center features the biggest names in home appliances like Viking, Whirlpool, Maytag, KitchenAid, GE, and Frigidaire. But they also have great brands that you may not know, like Mela, Forno, Z-Line, InvisiCook, and Beko. But no matter what, they all get delivered the day you buy, and they service everything they sell. And at the Lacey Spring Showroom, just 8 miles south of the river on 231, you'll find a totally interactive showroom where you can hear the dishwashers wash, and the freezer's free, and see the cookies get baked in the double ovens. Owen Home Appliance Center will even wash and dry a load of clothes for you so that you can see how great the products are. And they have ice machines making all kinds of ice, cubed, nugget, and top hat. How is that for variety? Owen Home Appliance Center believes in community involvement as well, sponsoring youth teams, race cars, and an annual Easter egg hunt. Quality products, quality pricing, quality service is the name of the game for Owen Home Appliance Center. Find them in Somerville and Lacey Springs and online at owenappliance.com.
Ann Adams with Berkshire Hathaway Rise Real Estate is the one name to know if you're buying or selling real estate. With years of local experience, Ann Adams offers buyers in-depth knowledge of the local housing market and will narrow available properties down to those you'll be interested in so you can save time when shopping for your new home. If you're ready to sell, Ann offers a seamless process using accurate pricing and expert negotiation skills to make sure you get a fair price for your home. Call Ann Adams today at 256-337-2625 or log on bhhsriserealestate.com.
Are you feeling tired? Are you feeling sluggish? Gentlemen, Game Day Men's Health. Game Day Men's Health is here to help you. Braden is here. Braden, you've got the answers.
Thanks, Scott. Whether it's low T, erectile dysfunction, weight loss, or a number of other things, we have the solution for them.
It's Game Day Men's Health. Give them a call today at
256-850-1570.
You can find them online.
GameDayMen'sHealth.com.
Hey, what man wouldn't like to have tests done in a man cave?
That's right. Come in for your free test and consultation, walk into a world-class staff, a comfortable, relaxed environment, and we got your results in about 20 minutes with appointments less than an hour.
And the big game is always on the TV. It's Game Day Men's Health. Give them a call.
256-850-1570.
You can find them online at GameDayMen'sHealth.com/Huntsville/The Zone.
Hi, folks. Bobby White back again for Woody Anderson Ford, inviting you to come test drive any one of our over 100 F-150s. From rock-solid, dependable work trucks to our state-of-the-art Platinum Series, we've got an F-150 for you. Test drive one today, and you'll understand why the F-150 is the best-selling truck in America, going on 48 years in a row. Just as successful offenses and defenses are built on teamwork, Woody Anderson Ford is powered by our people. Our sales and service teams are well-trained to save you time and money. And because we want your business again and again, no one will work harder to earn it. Our mobile service teams come to your home or business for oil changes, brake work, tire rotations, and more. And the great thing is you don't pay extra for it. We come to you with mobile service at no extra charge. Proud to be local, family-owned, and at your service for over 62 years. Woody Anderson Ford, Alabama's F-150 Superstore.
Can't get me off road types.
I'm funny how? I mean, funny like I'm a clown and abuse you?
You're tired.
Well, the lunchtime whistle and the morning's finally done. I'm jumping in my car, I'm gonna have a little fun. The Doghouse Network's on my radio dial. Big Dog's taking care of business for a while. If you're listening to another station I don't understand, nobody does it like Thom Abraham.
Give us a call, Steve.
He's a northern-bred, southern-fed, slick-talking guy. Listeners in his posse are the Junkyard Dogs, the SEC from Tennessee to calling them hogs. From Gainesville up to Lexington to the Titan Tiger Land, nobody does it like Thom Abraham.
I guess I'm on here. Am I on? Can somebody respond?
And welcome everyone to Reaction Monday in the Doghouse. So there's Kalen DeBoer on what is a ridiculous Reaction Monday. I mean, my goodness. I mean, first of all, let me get this out of the way. Don't shoot the messenger. I'm just the guy that does the show over here. So let me get this out of the way. The Braves and Mets doubleheader is over on Talk Radio WZZN, our sister station, at 97.7-2 on your digital radio and on Talk Radio WZZN. So if you're looking for that, I totally get it. And we'll see you guys tomorrow. I get it. Now, if you stay here, we do have the game on in studio, and we will update you after every score and on each return. They're in the top of the second now. There is no scorer. Atlanta had a guy on base. Ozzie Albies walked, and then Marcelo Zuna and Olsen, Matt Olsen, I think both struck out. I know Olsen struck out. I think Ozuna struck out as well. So right now, top of the second, no score in this deal. We will keep you posted anytime there is a score or on every return or a half inning. We'll keep you posted on that as well. It's a bizarre scenario, okay, whereby they do need to play both games. They are playing both games of this doubleheader, and we'll have that all for you on our sister station over at Talk Radio WZZN. But a split sends the Braves to San Diego and the Mets back to Milwaukee, where they just were for the weekend. All right. Arizona would be tied with the Mets and the Braves, but they lost the season series to both teams, so they are the odd team out in a three-way tie. The D-backs, they need a sweep. Either way, they need a sweep. The sweeping team would go to San Diego, and then Arizona will go to Milwaukee. So that's the only scenario for Arizona to go to Milwaukee. But here's the deal. Whoever wins this first game here is absolutely mailing it in for game 2, no? I mean, look, if you're in and the playoffs start tomorrow night, which they do, okay? If the Braves are in there, we'll have that tomorrow night. First pitch is at 7:38 from San Diego, if they are in, okay? But if for example, Tyler Swellenbach is pitching game 1 right now for the Braves. If they lose this game, Chris Sale goes in game 2. Okay? If they win this game, if the Braves win this game, Sale is probably going to be on a plane to San Diego. Probably going to get the jump. They're going to send him to San Diego. All right? And they'll rest as many guys as possible in game 2. Now, it's not like back in the day. Remember, this is a regular season game. This isn't game 163. This isn't a playoff game. So they have the 2 extra guys that were called up already. What I don't know is if they got the benefit of that. You know how you get the 27th guy when you play a doubleheader? Whenever you play a doubleheader, you get the extra guy. I don't know. I tried looking it up. I don't know if they have an extra guy because they have the 2 guys. Now, remember, back in the day, they used to be able to pull up like 15 guys. You'd have 40 guys in the dugout in September. So they don't have that. Otherwise, you would see the Gwinnett Braves or whatever they are called playing this game 2 if the Braves were to win. So what's going to happen here is that, they'll have some pitcher that is not even going to be on the playoff roster pitch. And you know what they'll tell them? I mean, stop me if I'm lying. Unless it's like, I don't know, 15. They're just going to say, go, you're pitching 9, son. Go pitch 130 pitches. In fact, we might leave and we'll, just stay out there no matter what. I mean, it's crazy. The same is true for the Mets, who have Luis Severino slated for game 2 if necessary. If the Mets win this game, Luis Severino is in Milwaukee already. But before the game is over, Maurice Severino will be in Milwaukee. That's the way it works. The Diamondbacks are screwed here. I mean, they really are. 162 games. If they won just one more game, whether it was in April or May or any time in the last 6 months, one more game, they would be in the playoffs right now. That's why all 162 count. Every one of them. And remember, the Braves and Mets will be on the road for all 3 games if necessary. All right. If the Braves end up in San Diego and the Mets end up in Milwaukee, they gotta win 2 out of 3 there. They don't even get a home game. That's part of the deal here with this wild card scenario. So now that that's out of the way, are you freaking kidding me with that game in Tuscaloosa on Saturday night? Really, it was like 2 different games in the first half and in the second half. I mean, both teams were over 500 yards of offense, which is nuts when you think about the defensive heritage of these 2 teams. And despite building a 30-7 halftime lead, Alabama only handed the ball to Justice Haynes or Jam Miller a total of 5 times in the entire second half. Now, I didn't hear the interview with the offensive coordinator. I only heard the interview there with Kalen DeBoer. I can't believe no one asked him that. I mean, Haynes ended up with like 6 carries for the entire game for 35 yards, including a 23-yarder over the left side behind Proctor and Booker, where we talked about them having a decided advantage. Run the ball left. That's what Kentucky did against Georgia. Even Grumpy knew that. I say that like he doesn't know, but Grumpy mentioned that. You run the ball left against Georgia. And Alabama did it with success in the first half. How they only handed the ball off in a game they led 30-7 at the half. How you only hand the ball off 5 times in the entire second half is beyond me. I mean, they're going to kill Jalen Milroe. Milroe was unreal, especially in the first half. I mean, it looked like he ran out of gas at some particular point in time, except for on that pass to Ryan Williams. I mean, what do you say about Ryan Williams, who, as you may have heard, is only 17 years old? I don't know if anybody knew that. If I were Alabama, that kid should have been wearing number 17. Because not only does he play like the last 17 that, Jalen Waddle, but, I mean, he's 17. He is 17. Because they say it every time he touches the ball. Can you believe it? He's 17. Should be wearing number 17. On that final touchdown, the moves that kid made were something that'll be replayed on the Jumbotron for the next 50 years. I mean, what a play. I mean, it was that's something you'll hear in that, when you go to the game and they play that thing, that'll be on there. I mean, it was ridiculous. It's incredible. By the way, in Atlanta, the building is half empty. It's just really disappointing. This is a huge series, especially game 1. I mean, I know it's the middle of the day over there. It's 1:00 start, I think, and they've gone to the bottom of the second now with no score, 1 out. I get it, but this is huge. Where are the people that had the tickets, the 40,000 tickets that were sold for this game last Wednesday? Where are these people? Safe at first there. Where are the people? I don't understand it. Laureano beating out an infield hit. Nice job by him. They got a man on now with 1 out. If this was like New York or Detroit or Chicago or any of the places, the baseball hotbeds of the Northeast, Philadelphia, the place would be jammed. It's very disappointing. All right, back to the game. On the other hand, Carson Beck threw for over 430 yards. And the threes were wild in this game. 3 TDs, 3 interceptions, 3 sacks. I got to be honest with you. If I'm Alabama or an Alabama fan, I don't want to see those guys again this season. I mean, it was an absolute classic. But as Jake Coker said, Jake's going to join us sometime this week. I'll get Jake in. As Jake Coker said on the Bama Tailgate show that I'm on as well, along with Mick Gillespie, Jake said it's so difficult to beat. If you think that these teams are going to play twice or, God forbid, 3 times, oh my gosh, this season, it's so hard to beat a team the second time. If you think you can beat them the second time. And Jake's like, well, you almost kind of rather lose the first one. And I'm like, well, no, you don't want to lose any of them. Travis Arnold with an infield hit now. 2 men on, 1 out, bottom second. Told you we're going to keep you posted. So there's that. And then there was Auburn. Looking like they were going to cash a great win. I mean, a season-changing win. A win that would change the thought process the rest of the way. Remember, we were talking about, well, are they a 4-win team, a 5? No, I had them at 8-4, but what if they win this game? Now they could beat some other people. Who knows? They had a season-changing win in the bag, up 11, midway through the fourth quarter. They're still up 5 with 4 minutes to go in the game. And they got 3rd and 4 at the Oklahoma 43. 3rd and 4, Oklahoma 43. And then Peyton Thorne throws it to the Oklahoma linebacker who takes it 60 to the house. Now, it might have been an RPO. It might have been an RPO. And Hugh Freeze kind of referred to that a little bit, saying that, I got to do a better job making it. No. First of all, you shouldn't have to tell a 30-year-old quarterback like Peyton Thorne that in that particular situation, that's an R or an O. That's not an RPO. There's no P in that. Secondly, yeah, Hugh, you make sure that call is made, that's a running play. Period. End of story. You run that ball. If you can't get 3 yards, you run the ball and you go ahead and you punt. That's what you do. It didn't help that Towns Magoo, who may or may not be related to John Boy Dewey Magoo, it didn't help that kid missed a chippy and a 51-yarder in that game. Where was LSU Lynch's nephew? Why wasn't he out there? Oh, that's a foul ball. That could have been 2 runs. Oh, Gio Urshela just falling down the line. All right, lines are open, 256-576-4977. You can text the show, 7329-TA-SHOW, 732-982-7469. It's a great way to communicate with us. My X feed is at Tom Abraham Show. Zone is on X at 97.7 ESPN. I'd tell you to follow at ESPN Winchester, but they got the Braves game today. So we're not on down there today. They're up there. Check out the YouTube channel, WZZN TV. Subscribe to that bad boy. Get on the Zone app as well. Get on the Talk Radio WZZN app, too. You're going to need that this week. So much more college football out there, including a very impressive win for Colorado as a 2-touchdown dog at UCF. Did not do anything for them in the poll. I thought for sure the AP voters were going to put them in the top 25 at 3-1. I mean, they were a 2-touchdown dog. I ragged them a lot, but you got to give it to them. They were a 2-touchdown dog that won by 3 touchdowns. We got the NFL if you need it as well. How about Derrick Henry last night with 200 yards rushing, including an 85-yard touchdown? Of the 4 Alabama Heismans that are in the NFL or have been in the NFL, that's the one that's going to the Hall of Fame. Book is still out on Devontae Smith. Very nice receiver. Derrick Henry is going to the Hall of Fame. Derrick Henry should be a Cowboy, by the way. I'll get a chance, I'll explain that. All right, back in the little glass room with the slanted ceiling, playing the platters that matter, stacks of wax, not paying any attention at all to the show because he's watching the Braves, who have 2 men on with 2 out in the bottom of the second. You know what I'm talking about. It's the one, it's the only, it's, man, these computers are acting weird. They're just acting strange. It's
Baby shark, baby shark.
Hello, I'm looking for some horsemen.
I've got plenty. How many you need?
4.
4 horsemen. Can't hardly understand what you're saying, but
Sorry, I got a little bit of a lift.
If I saw myself in clothes like those, I'd have to kick my own ass.
Tom, can you get me off the hook? For old time's sake.
Who in the blue hell are you?
I'm the producer of this show. If I didn't step up, you're nowhere. I put this thing together out of spit and polish.
What is your name? Detective. It doesn't matter what your name is.
And this is important because once you get that third one, they hit that little tank, get that heroic ability.
Satisfaction is guaranteed. So passionate.
You're next.
So long, Nashville, Tennessee, you can't have what's left of me. And as far as I can tell, it's our time.
Braves can't cash it in the bottom of the second, so we go to top 3 at no score. Just got a text from the unknown texter, and I don't know if he's just pulling my leg or not. He said, Joey wants to know if they're playing 7-inning games or 9-inning games.
No. They
never play 7-inning games.
No, they did. They did up until this year.
No.
Yes.
No, they only
it was a COVID
in the COVID year. They did not do that after. They have not done it in the last 3 years.
There was talk about continuing that, and they killed it last season. But there was a talk of doing it. But no, it's 2 9-inning ball games.
Yeah.
Couple of things to clean up. First, Derrick Henry only had 199 yards because if he would have had 200, it would have been a record. So that's the reason why that number is important. The other thing is the reason why the stadium is half empty is because the Braves were not able to sell tickets for this game.
No, the tickets were good though. The people who are holding tickets for
Yes.
Wednesday night it was sold out Wednesday night. There's
Yes.
40,000 tickets out there, and only 20,000 people went to the game
because the other ones had to go to work. And so what's happened?
Sell the tickets to somebody that wants the ticket.
And the Braves couldn't sell the tickets until the game started. So now that the game is started,
they sell them until the game started?
Because the people that bought the initial tickets had the rain delay option. So until the game starts, the tickets are claimed. So once
Wouldn't
the game,
if you had a ticket to that game and you had to work on the Thom Abraham show,
dude, I didn't want to do the show today. Like I'm not even paying attention to you right now.
But wouldn't you have to?
Of course, I would have been there.
But I mean, I'm saying if you had a ticket to that game and you had to work, okay, would you have not sold that ticket by now? I mean, you could have sold that ticket. I mean,
no, because
all those 20,000 people that weren't going to the game needed to sell it.
See, like right now, you could see the stands are filling up a lot more, and it's because there were fans standing outside that were waiting for the game to start. Because once the game started, all unsold tickets or all unclaimed tickets or seats now can go back on sale. So what people are doing is they're now standing out at the will call, and the moment that the first pitch happened, those tickets were back up for sale. So the stadium's going to fill up. It's just they had to wait for first pitch to start.
Yeah.
And the same thing, and the same thing's going to happen in game 2.
By the way, they went back to 9-inning doubleheaders in 2022. So it was just 2020 and 2021.
Yep.
The COVID stuff that they did it. And then the last 7-inning doubleheader was played August 2nd, 2020. I should say. Okay. So it was actually they went back to it. It was just in 2020 and 2021 is when they did that.
But yes, this is 2 9-inning ball games.
Yeah, but what do you do? What do you do for the second game? The second game starts at like 3:30. Man on base for did that ball? Look at that ball spin back into play.
Look,
and the ball.
Here's the cool thing. Here's the cool thing, Tom. Look, you don't have to get play by play because I can just
as to whether to let that ball come back into fair ground or not, to grab it foul.
I could turn it up. I could turn it up.
Ball?
Yeah.
Did you notice the ball looked like it was torn? Did you see it when the ball was spinning? It like had a little tear, and they steal second base. So the Mets now with a man on second, nobody out. Here's my question: If the Braves win the first game, do you go to the second game? You bother going?
Look, Josh Carey posted this. I know he posted on Facebook. I'm not sure if he actually posted it on X or not, but he had a great idea that the Braves and Mets should just agree to each forfeit one game.
They can't.
I know that's what that like. I was like, you know what?
It was out
not
there.
a bad idea.
Out there. Yeah, it was
not
out
a bad
there.
idea.
Major League Baseball.
The problem is, I hate the Mets, and I kind of want the Braves to play 2 hard games just so they can eliminate the Mets. That's what I really want to do. But the smart thing would be the moment and if the Braves win this first game, every single starter, you automatically put them on a plane, and the 9 starters just go ahead and start flying to San Diego.
You can't get problem is I don't know if you can get rid of them all.
Let the pitchers play. Let the pitchers go. Like whatever.
Did you see, folks? You have got to go and see the replay. I have never in 55 years of watching baseball since I was a little kid, I have never seen a foul ball that was that far foul that came all the way back into play. Joe, you got to see the replay of this thing. That ball was literally in the grass by 4 feet in the foul grass and came all the way back, all the way across the dirt into fair. I've never seen it like that before. That ball was so cute and had so much English on it. Never seen it. And it tore the ball up like in Field of Dreams. So great play by the Braves to keep the guy at third with now 2 outs. So we'll keep you posted on that. All right, we got to get a break here. When we come back, we'll go to the phone lines. It's a Thom Abraham show, off and running on an overreaction crazy Monday that we don't even want to be doing a show on. We'll be back with more after this.
You're listening to the Thom Abraham Show with Joe Hunk on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
This is Brent Musburger's VSiN Action Update on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
Check out VSiN's catalog of original podcasts, daily and weekly programming to keep you in the know when you're on the go. Only at VSIN.com. Now, here are the latest lines from my guys in the desert.
The Mets, Diamondbacks, and Braves are all battling for 2 wild card spots in the National League. The Braves and Mets are scheduled to play a doubleheader today. The Mets were supposed to play 3 games in Atlanta last Tuesday through Thursday, but Hurricane Helene caused the Wednesday and Thursday games to be postponed. Both the Mets and Braves will clinch wild card spots if they split or sweep the doubleheader. The Diamondbacks will be rooting for a sweep. That's their only way into the postseason. In the first game is Tyler McGill facing Spencer Schwellenbach, New York plus 130, the Braves minus 155. No odds on the second game. Luis Severino starts for the Mets against Chris Sale. That's the VSiN Action Update on 97.7 ESPN The Zone. I'm Chuck Sanders.
No representation is made that the quality of legal services to be performed is greater than the quality of legal services performed by other lawyers.
A wise man once said, if you take care of old folks and children, everything in the middle will take care of itself.
Hi, I'm Danny Aldridge, lawyer in Alabama and Tennessee. In the next 20 years, the number of those folks over 65 years of age will more than double. In our golden years, the most important goal is to be treated with dignity and have control over doing what makes you grateful with those you love. At the Aldridge Law Firm and the Legal Town Center, we're dedicated to help you with these goals, and we'll be there when life throws you those inevitable curveballs. Let us assist you with your legal needs, whatever they may be or become. You may reach us by phone at 256-534-3188 or online with Dan at danaldridgelaw.com. Just remember, we're here to help. Whether it's personal injury, wrongful death, fraud and cheat, or estate planning made complete, we're here to help.
When you call most roofing companies, all you'll hear is, you need a new roof. Not when you call Fleming. At Fleming Roofing and Restoration, we're focused on your needs, whether it's an easy repair or a full roof replacement. Folks around here have trusted Fleming since 1965 for all their residential and commercial roofing needs. And as the area's storm damage experts, Fleming knows all the ins and outs of the insurance claims process. Log on FlemingHSV.com to schedule your free estimate today. Fleming Roofing and Restoration. We show up.
It's time to get ready for game day. That means Alabama football and tailgate. Whether you're tailgating at home or at Bryant-Denny, visit Brooks & Collier for North Alabama's largest selection of premium grills and smokers like Big Green Egg, Blaze, Delta Heat, Memphis, and Traeger. Satisfy any palate with our wall of rubs and seasonings. For all your tailgating needs, visit Brooks & Collier at 813 Meridian Street or at brooksandcollier.com. An Alabama tradition for over 75 years. Roll Tide.
Hey, Huntsville. Looking for action-packed events? The Huntsville Sports Commission is your hub for all things sports. From youth events to national tournaments, we've got events that thrill and inspire. Whether you're an athlete, a fan, or a volunteer, there's something for everyone. Cheer on your favorite teams, witness amazing talent, and be a part of the excitement. Check out our event calendar and get involved at huntsvillesports.com. That's huntsvillesports.com. Be there, Huntsville.
Next time you're online looking for landscaping inspiration, open Instagram and check out Southern Gent Landscaping. They can help make your yard your dream outdoor oasis. Southern Gent Landscaping can handle it all, from landscape maintenance and installation to irrigation and hardscapes, even AstroTurf. Turn your yard into a landscape you'll be proud to show off. Call Southern Gent Landscaping at 256-509-6088. 509-6088. Southern Gent Landscaping. Professional landscaping performed with satisfaction guaranteed.
Sports Talk 24/7 365. Your full-time sports station.
You're doing a great job. Keep up the good work.
Is 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
Doesn't anyone do any work around this joint anymore?
Segment of the show brought to you by Owen Home Appliance. Are the new school clothes wearing out that old washer and dryer? Well, get off the bus at Owen Home Appliance Center and learn what a new Speed Queen washer can do for you. They're in stock. They're ready for delivery at Owen Home Appliance Center. Quality products, quality pricing, quality service. It's right there in the name. Visit their 2 locations, Highway 36 in Somerville, or the interactive location on Highway 231 in Lacey Springs, just 8 miles south of the river. All right. Phone lines are open if you want to jump in. You can do it. Ray Dog, by the way, hit the text window. He said that, can you imagine if this was the Cubs at St. Louis in this very same situation today? Oh, let me tell you, Joe. If this was the Cubs at St. Louis, they would be people would quit their job to go to the game. They would quit their jobs. There wouldn't be no, like, I can't go to the game because of my job. I just quit the job. All right, the Braves got a great pitching by Schwellenbach to get out of that inning. The only reason they got a guy on was because of the most screwy spinning ball you ever saw in your life. But Schwellenbach was able to get out of that with a man on third and 2 outs. He got out of that. So we went to the top of the third or the bottom of the third, I should say. The Braves have a man on now with nobody out. So we'll keep you posted on what is going on there. Paulie in the Cape is up. Paulie, welcome to the show. How are you?
Good morning, Tom. What a fantastic Alabama-Georgia game. Showed you where the power is in the SEC and in the NCAA. God, you two guys are yelling at each other because it appears that these are the two most important, precious, valuable games left for 3 teams.
Yeah, they are now.
Oh, my God.
We are now.
Yes, there's proof.
All they had to do is win one more game out of the 160 that these two teams played, or the 162 that the Diamondbacks played. If they had just won one game in May on a Tuesday night, they would be in the playoffs. That's how important every game is.
That's how precious and important these games are.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
But as far as the NFL, I'm telling you, these refs are missing some brutal calls on the same certain teams. It's getting ridiculous. I'm getting to see Tom Brady 2.0, the inner Tom Brady of Pat Mahomes, because he's starting to get these calls, and it's ridiculous. So I guess they want to see one team finally win 3 Super Bowls in a row.
Well, I don't know about that. I just think they missed calls. Go back and look at the Browns and the Raiders game and the call that brought back the 85-yard or 81-yard touchdown pass to Amari Cooper that would have given the Browns the lead late in that game. And they called a phantom hold on the center, Harris, 53.
Ozzie Albies home run.
Ozzie Albies home run. Joe's scooping me. Ozzie Albies with the home run. The Braves are up 2-0.
Yay.
There we go.
Ooh.
All right, appreciate it.
Sounds exciting.
When we come back, Joe can give us the audio on it, maybe not. All right, appreciate it, Paulie. It's a good job by you. Ozzie Albies with the home run. Braves up 2-0. Nobody out. Bottom 3. All right, back with more wide open phones. Stay on the line, LSU Lynch. You're first when we return on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
Tom Luganville here for my friends at Woody Anderson Ford. Bobby White and his team take great pride in their service department, and you can see it the moment you walk into those beautiful new service lanes. And just like a championship team, they all work together to make sure your experience is second to none, whether you drive a Ford or not. Also, check out the gold certified pre-owned inventory at Woody Anderson Ford for great deals every day. Stop by and see them at Jordan and Sparkman or at Woody Anderson of Madison on Hughes Road, or visit WoodyAndersonFord.com.
The company is Eagle Masonry and Insulation, but did you know they're also Eagle Landscaping and Dirt Work? Eagle can take care of all your landscaping needs, including irrigation, sod work, and planting, both plants and trees. On the dirt work side, Eagle can grade and build your pads, haul dirt in or out, and even do erosion control. Philip Love and his team can do it all for you. The website is the same, insulatewitheagle.com, as is the phone number, 256-755-1556. Give them a call and see what Eagle can do for you. Eagle saves you time. Eagle saves you money. If you work in a dangerous or logistically intense industry, you know good training can be a challenge. There are training costs, safety concerns, and difficulty replicating real-world scenarios. There's a better way used right now in the Army and in all our armed services to better prepare our heroes, and it's available to you in your organizations. Higher Echelon's Game Development Team is revolutionizing learning in military training, dangerous industry, STEM, and sports performance domains with cutting-edge virtual training that immerses you in lifelike scenarios without the cost and safety concerns concerns for trainees. With Higher Echelon's game-based training, you'll experience realistic simulations, precision accuracy, and unparalleled safety. Higher Echelon founder Dr. Joe Ross is retired Army who played and later coached for the cadets and puts that experience to use. His team has been building cutting-edge virtual training environments for soldiers and clients for a decade. Higher Echelon, the name you can trust for advanced training solutions. Reach out at higherechelon.com to get your free consultation. Go Higher and go Army.
This is SportsCenter.
I'm Christine Lisi. Breaking news, NBA Global Ambassador and Basketball Hall of Famer Dikembe Mutombo has passed away at the age of 58 from brain cancer. NFL, the Patriots are sticking with Jacoby Brissett as their starting quarterback. An MRI is scheduled today for Chiefs receiver Rashee Rice. According to ESPN's Adam Schefter, they fear he tore his ACL in his right knee during the Chargers win. Steelers right guard James Daniels will miss the rest of the season with an ACL tear. It's the third season-ending injury for a Steelers O-lineman. After two more games today, MLB's National League playoff picture will be cleared up. Braves and Mets play a doubleheader to make up the two games postponed by Hurricane Helene. Coverage 1 Eastern, ESPN2. If they split the doubleheader, they clinch the two remaining NL wildcards and Arizona's out. If there's a sweep, the winner and Diamondbacks clinch those wildcard spots.
From the WCZN, Union Grove, Huntsville, Alabama. 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
By now, you know about Eagle Masonry and Insulation, and maybe you know that Eagle also does landscaping and dirt work. But how about after paint work? Shower doors, shelving, and mirrors, all taken care of by Eagle, the same Eagle that takes care of all your masonry, insulation, and landscaping needs. Eagle brings the same level of expertise to all these disciplines, and they're ready to provide you with a free quote. The website is the same, insulatewitheagle.com, as is the phone number, 256-755-1556. Give them a call and see what Eagle can do for you. Eagle saves you time. Eagle saves you money.
Thom Luganville here for my friends at Woody Anderson Ford. Bobby White and his team take great pride in their service department, and you can see it the moment you walk into those beautiful new service lanes. And just like a championship team, they all work together to make sure your experience is second to none, whether you drive a Ford or not. Also, check out the gold certified pre-owned inventory at Woody Anderson Ford for great deals every day. Stop by and see them at Jordan and Sparkman or at Woody Anderson of Madison on Hughes Road, or visit WoodyAndersonFord.com.
This will turn journalism on its ear.
Watch our stream on WZZN TV on Twitch and YouTube.
But you are the greatest hero in American history.
We are 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
You need to move more like a dog.
Like what you guys are doing. You've got your fingertip on the pulse of your listeners. You guys know what they're talking about.
Be a dog.
God bless the show. You are the Messiah.
We need more dogs.
This is the best show on radio.
The big dog, Thom Abraham, is here with you.
Hey, I see you. Hey, I see you, dog.
So settle in and get your bark on.
That's my dog.
Now live, here he is, the big dog,
Let's go, baby.
Thom Abraham.
How you doing? Look, I don't speak Spanish.
I don't know how to say this, so I'm going to choose my words very carefully. I think you're a psycho.
Do you know who I am?
I mean, that guy sounds like Dale McPherson farting into Miles Davis' trumpet.
I guess I'm on here. Am I on? Can somebody respond?
Get off my lawn.
I have to drag my Yankee ass out of here. And welcome back. Hour number 2 at Thom Abraham. This segment of the show brought to you by the service department at Woody Anderson Ford for routine checkups. Keep your Ford and other brand in perfect working order with Woody Anderson Ford's service department. And if you got a bigger problem, their expert service technicians are going to quickly diagnose it and use state-of-the-art tools to resolve it. And they can do everything from preventative maintenance checks on belts and hoses and fluids. They also do air conditioner, brake, and tranny work. It's all done at Woody Anderson Ford. Don't forget the mobile service as well. So it's Woody Anderson Ford. Go to woodyAndersonFord.com to learn more about that. All right, Braves have 2 men on with 2 out in the bottom of the third. They're up 2-0. If you're looking for the game, it is over on our sister station. We understand if you go over there, it's our sister station, Talk Radio WZZN at 97.7-2. I'm not afraid about losing listeners. If you want to go over there and find it, you can do it. That's -2 on your digital radio or at the Talk Radio WZZN app. So the Braves threatening to maybe break this open if they could get a big 2-out hit here. Ozzie Albies with a home run in this game already, and Ray Dog is trying to get me to put the picture up behind me on the image on WZZN TV. I'm not that talented, Ray Dog. I'm only one person. I mean, it's a great idea. It's just a phenomenal idea, but I don't think I can get it done here in the very short term. But who knows? Maybe we'll have something up here on the whole Braves deal. So if you want to get in, phone lines are open. We're talking not only about the football, the baseball game here, obviously, and again, in case you missed it, a split sends both these teams to the playoffs, sends the Diamondbacks home and both these teams to the playoffs. If the Braves win either of these 2 games, wild pitch, now second and third. If the Braves win either of these 2 games, they are going to San Diego, period, end of story. And whoever wins the first game is mailing in the second game. I mean, it makes no sense at all that they will not do anything other than mail in the second game. So we'll see how that transpires. Let's go to the lines. Wait a minute. I said LSU Lynch, didn't I? I did. LSU Lynch is up first. LSU Lynch, welcome to the show. How are you?
So, look here. The only thing that the LSU has won this weekend with your betting is you on the radio today. You hear me?
Well, I covered, by the way. I had LSU and covered. I just want you to know that.
I heard you. Like I said, I was still scared and everything. Look here, done picked up my Havoc tickets, then got the 2 new jerseys for the boys and everything, nice. Even though they on a cruise outside of Orlando. But look here, I sent you the text of what happened was with Auburn, and I heard you a while ago. I'm going to update you. This is what happened. And y'all listen to me.
Now let's preface this. LSU Lynch's nephew, who used to be a place kicker for Birmingham Southern, is now at starting place kicker Birmingham Southern. He is now at Auburn, and he did kick in one game, I believe.
Sophomore. Okay.
He's a redshirt sophomore. He did kick in a game.
Sophomore.
Yeah.
And he did get the kick in the Alabama game. Now look here.
The Alabama game.
Pound.
What do you mean the Alabama A&M game?
Well, you call normal Alabama.
Yeah.
They call normal Alabama.
Okay.
Hear me? The blowout game. Anyway, so he was supposed to play this weekend. This is what happens, and I really want to hear your thoughts about this. Towns is a redshirt freshman. He was supposed to sit out the rest of the year, okay?
Really?
Auburn told him if he did not play that they were going to retract his NIL money. So with that being said to you, if I'm being dumbass, what does that happen? What happens to him now with his status?
Now, explain that again. Who said that they were going to? The kid said that they would. Explain what you're saying. Who's going to pull
Auburn.
it? So Auburn told the kid Towns that if you don't play, we're going to pull your.
He did not play. I kid you not.
Why would he not want to play?
No, they told him if he did not play because he's a redshirt.
Oh,
he's still a redshirt freshman.
Yeah.
You hear me? Listen to what I'm telling you. He's still a redshirt freshman.
Right.
He wasn't supposed to play. So they told him that they would take away his NIL money if he did not play. Now, how does that hurt his status?
Well, I don't know how he makes the decision to play then. Who says it's up to him to decide whether he plays or not? Why didn't Auburn just not play him? That's what I'm saying. What did Auburn? Why would they do that? Auburn has to forget about NIL. Auburn has to play the guy they think can make a 27-yard field goal. You know what I mean? They got to play the guy, the best kicker they got until the other kid is back.
Well, I'm saying, though, but you only have so many games to play throughout the year as a redshirt. That's what I'm asking you.
Yeah, he would have lost his red. He now has lost his redshirt year because he's played into 4 games. But if I'm Auburn, I still wouldn't have played him. I mean, if you don't think he's the best kicker, if they think he's the best kicker they got, then you got to play him.
But I'm just saying, listen to me once again. They threatened to take away his NIL money, Tom.
Okay.
That makes no sense. Because now, to me, you're hurting his future status with the team. Are you not?
Who cares about his status with the team if they suck? If the guy's no good,
I don't care. But I'm just saying,
that's what I'm saying. I don't get how that they would. Hey, if you don't play, we're going to take away your. Okay, I'm going to play. What do you mean? It's not up to you to play or not. 2 outs, by the way, top 4. It wasn't his call. It shouldn't have been his call. So what? You lose your NIL. It's not your call. In my opinion.
Well, look here. Going back to the NIL, like what you were talking about the other day, is the NIL is coming out of the college itself now, correct?
No, the NIL still comes from the collective. The college is not paying. That's the new plan beginning next year is that the colleges will be able to pay like $20 to $25 million a year directly, but that has not even been ratified yet. That has not been signed into law yet. That's just the plan. So right now, the NIL money still comes from LSU Lynch Plumbing. They're still the whatever the collective is. The collective is still paying these kids. It's not supposed to be paid by the school. Now, the school makes promises, and they're not supposed to do that. The school says, listen, we'll have the collective will pay you X, because the collectives are they're doing whatever the school tells them to do, but that's not what is supposed to happen. It's just an endorsement deal. So, yeah.
I get it.
Yeah.
Well, that's basically what happened to my nephew and everything. Look here, let somebody else in. Thank you for my phone call. Y'all have a good Monday.
That's the problem with this system is the schools are directing the NILs, and that's exactly what wasn't supposed to happen. It's against the rules, really, right now. But that's what's happening in reality. Not supposed to, but that's what's happening. Brandon is next. Brandon, welcome to the show. How are you?
You remember in May when we went to the Yard House Thom Abraham patio for the Braves game, and they lost that game when we were there?
Yeah.
If they'd have won that game, they'd be in right now.
So basically what you're saying that it's our fault that they didn't get in?
No, it's their fault that they couldn't capitalize on our energy that day.
Okay. All right, as long as it's not our fault.
Oh, no. We brought the energy. They're the ones that put AJ Minter in, and Moulton about fell out on the ground.
Yeah, we brought the heat. That day. They got through. Schwellenbach's pitching really nicely. The only hit he's given up is a screwball off the end of the bat, single, which not even, it was just the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen. But that's the only hit he's given up now through 4. We're going bottom 4, Braves leading 2-0. Why aren't you at the game?
I had to go do a couple things this morning per really high up management, or I would be there.
Yeah.
Well, I'm planning to go to Vandy Saturday. So we're loading up trying to make that happen.
I've been thinking about it myself. I've been thinking about pulling a credential and going up there for that game, but I think it's a pain in the butt.
Trying to get to as many stadiums with my kid as I can before he turns 18. That's a big problem.
Well, that would be, that's a good reason to go up there. That's a good reason to go see again, because they only play there once every, 4, 5, 6 years, whatever it is.
Be really nice.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out at that game the other night, we had Kid Rock and Hank Williams Jr. in a booth with Trump, but yet we got no performance out of either of the two of them at halftime.
Well, because they're not there to perform. No, they're not there to perform. They're there, and plus you had a band. You had the bands at halftime. They're there to enjoy the game with Trump. Trump should have been wearing. Look, to be honest with you, Trump should have been wearing a Georgia hoodie. That's what Trump should have been doing. He should have been wearing some kind of Georgia gear. He should have been wearing a Georgia hat. He's got Alabama in the bag. Trump should have been wearing Georgia gear so that he could endear himself to the Georgia people, because that is a battleground state. Shouldn't be. I really, to be honest with you, I don't know how it's going to be a battleground state. But right now, Georgia's a battleground state. So if I was Trump, I'd have showed up rocking all kinds of Georgia gear.
If I'd have been Trump, I would have flipped the coin. And nobody would have told me I couldn't go down on that field. I'd have walked my butt right out of that suite, and I'd have went down there and I'd have flipped that coin for the official out on the field, and it would have happened. I doubt they probably wanted him to go out there and told him he couldn't, but I'd have been like, well, somebody's going to have to stop me, and I'd have started out the door.
I think he was behind bulletproof glass, by the way. They only showed him, I think, once, up there in the suite.
That's called ABC.
Yeah. Yeah, right. That's true. That could be true. I think they only showed him once, but to be honest, I know he was in a suite. I get that, but I think they reinforced that suite. I think he was behind bulletproof glass is what I think. I think the suite.
He was also behind Herschel Walker.
Yeah. Was Herschel up there with him?
Yeah, he was up there. He cracked a joke about how the Bulldogs needed Herschel right to his face.
Yeah.
It was hilarious.
Yeah.
But just, how they play a little bit of family tradition for the students to sing.
Yeah.
I mean, you had Hank Williams Jr. there to do it live, and you just let it through your hand.
Did they not play Dixieland Delight? Kalen DeBoer says he hasn't heard Dixieland Delight yet. He says, I'm waiting to hear Dixieland Delight. And apparently he's busy like coaching the team, and he hasn't heard Dixieland Delight yet.
They did do that. And I wish they would have got the lead singer from Rehab, and they could have done sitting at the bar in the halftime with the $1 Million Band backing them up, and it would have just been completely epic. And thought we did some good things, but I just would have thought we could have got something out of those guys, and I think they would have went out there at halftime and tore it up. So
yeah,
maybe that's just maybe I just want a little too much.
That is just you.
But
yeah, I mean, you just want good halftime shows.
That's just you. You're not thrilled with the band. Apparently, you don't like the $1 Million Band and the Georgia Band.
Oh no, I think they're great.
You want this. You want to see
when you get ice cream and you put sprinkles on it.
No, you want to see entertainment at halftime. This isn't the Natty Championship. This isn't the SEC Championship. This is a college football game in September. Just enjoy the bands and relax. Just saying.
Well, even Josh Pate made the comment after he spent 35 minutes of his hour show talking about Alabama and Georgia, which is the longest he's ever talked about any single game ever since he's been doing his show. Probably about 10 extra minutes more than he's talked about any single game. Talked about the experience at Bryant-Denny and what's going on. And we got to keep taking that to another level.
Yeah.
I mean, we should have had guys, paratroopers coming out the sky on the field and doing all kinds of crazy stuff.
Don't need all that stuff. The next thing you know, you're going to want to rush the field. Don't need all of that crazy stuff. You don't need it. I don't know how you did, because you're not one of the guys that was a winner. We had a bunch of guys that hit all four elements of Josh Chambers, Wolverine Dan, Kerry in Scottsboro, and Kyle all getting fed in the trifecta. All hit the trifecta and the bonus. A couple other people picked up 1 point. Kyle is our new leader on the big board, by the way.
Well, if I didn't win, I'll blame Auburn and call it a day on that. They'll always be this Friday. Roll Tide.
I appreciate you. The hook was in definite play. And beat the big dog. I'm now 4-1 going into tonight's Titans at Miami game. Giants and Arkansas won by the hook. And if you had the Falcons minus 2.5 like I did, you lost by the hook. Great win for Atlanta, though, but you lost by the hook. Well, Wolverine Dan is next. Wolverine Dan, welcome to the show. How are you?
Oh yeah, baby. Can I pick out what I want to eat?
No. But I do need your address. I do need your address. I need your address. They're sending them out. Don't come to pick it up, because we don't know when and if, who's there, when they're there, or any. Just send me your address and we'll mail you food.
Okay.
It'll be a surprise. You'll like it, no matter what it is.
In the accent of the kind of food I'd like to have.
Well, you can say that. Don't say Corleos. I don't think I have any of that. But I got everything else.
Oh, you're killing me, Tom. You're killing me.
I think I got everything else. I think we're out of Corlejos right now.
Please don't be out of Corlejos anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway, Metro Diner's nice. Anyway, where was I?
We got that. We got some Metro.
Trifecta. You're right. And then I wasn't happy with the win. I don't like we need a quarterback. I'm talking about the Michigan Wolverines. But I love the Tigers getting into the playoffs. It's unbelievable. I'm going downtown tonight, and watch. I'm not going to watch the Lions play because I didn't get touched up for that one. Okay. But
so you're still in Detroit right now?
Yeah, but I'm not going to get touched up for that game. But I did get touched up for the Red Wing game against the Penguins.
Yeah.
And they're called Comerica Park Player Club Venue.
Yeah.
That means it's below Joe Louis, and the Red Wings locker room is right behind me with beautiful Red Wing silver door that opens up. And there's glass on either side of the aisleway that all the players come in and out in every period. Yeah. Change food every period. Anything you want, top notch. You name it, they got it. Drink, food, you got it. All right, you're talking $250 ticket. I got four.
Even for a preseason game?
Yeah, $250. I got four of them.
Oh, it's a good job by you.
That includes the parking too. Who's living larger than me, Tom? Nobody.
It's good stuff. I mean, that's a good deal. By the way, you got Houston Astros in the playoff. So we'll see how that works out for you. You'll be Detroit Tigers will be playing the Houston Astros. Yankees get the winner of the Royals and Orioles series. All right. It's a good job by Dan. Guess he's gone. All right.
I hung up on him after he said the whole who's got it better than nobody. I figured that was his out.
That was his out. All right. Give me Grumpy to wrap up this segment. Grumpy, welcome to the show. How are you?
Hey, pretty good, man. Getting behind those two guys. Dan wasn't. At least Dan wasn't that long-winded today.
I think we cut him off. I think he would have been. I think we cut him off.
Yeah,
you're welcome.
But I think Brandon could blow his own sailboat across the
Pacific. Brandon's taking some heat right now on the text window. Taking a little heat right
man.
now.
I bet. That's a long-winded call, and maybe 5% of it had to do with sports. Hey, I'm hearing all this, Alabama won the ball game. Alabama deserves to be number one in the country right now.
Do they?
Great ball game. But,
Do they?
Okay.
I'm surprised they dropped them over Texas. I'm surprised they put them over Texas.
My thing is this. Nobody's talking about how I think Alabama was one play away from having the worst collapse in a ball game in the history of their program. Besides maybe the Cam Newton Iron
Bowl. No. Grumpy. They were one play away from the worst collapse in the history of top 5 college football games ever. Forget Alabama.
Yeah. Nobody's talking about it. And listen, I'm not an Alabama fan. As a non-Alabama fan, I can see the chink in the armor. I would not be. Enjoy your win, but I wouldn't be real cocky, man. I can see the kink in the armor.
What's
Saban's
the kink in the armor?
Collapsed like none of Saban's teams. Cam Newton was special. Cam Newton was special. But man, you guys look pitiful in the second half, man. Look soup sandwich.
Well, can we give Georgia a little bit of credit for being Georgia? I mean, Georgia doesn't suck. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I don't think Georgia's a top 3 program in the SEC this year.
In the SEC?
They might be the third best. They might be. No, I don't even think they are. I think Alabama's up there, Texas is up there, and you guys are talking about how many times are we going to play Georgia, and you don't even see the snake in the room that's fixing to bite you, man. Tennessee is better than Georgia. Tennessee is the team to worry about, not Georgia.
But Tennessee is going to lose at Georgia. Tennessee's going to get beat at Georgia. So that's what so the thing is that you still could play Georgia again, depending on what happens when Alabama. Remember, Tennessee went to Oklahoma. You watched that Oklahoma team. Tennessee went to Oklahoma and was held to 345 yards total offense and 25 points. Okay. Is Oklahoma that great? Mm-hmm. So
Tennessee.
Keep that in mind.
Tennessee will beat Georgia. Mark my words.
They will not beat Georgia at Georgia. No.
Yeah, they will. Yeah, they will.
Especially because Georgia's got a loss. Not that Georgia team that played the second half against them. No, I'll agree. Alabama definitely collapsed in the second half, and I think a lot of it was play calling. I cannot believe Alabama handed the ball to a running back 5 times in the second half. How in the hell, when you're leading 30-7 and you've already ripped off a couple of long runs over the left side, do you only hand it off 5 times to a running back in the second half. That bothered me. It's a good job by Grumpy. All right, let's get a break. We'll come back. Phone lines remain open. If you want to jump in, this is a good time to do it. It is 2-0 Braves, but the Mets got a little something going here. Top 5. They got 2 men on, nobody out. Okay? And they just struck a guy out. So now they got 2 men on and 1 out. So Schwellenbach trying to get out of this little mess here as well. All right, we'll get a break. We'll come back with more right after this Thom Abraham Show.
If you're looking for that heating and air company that will flex and can be called the GOAT, Talon Heating and Air, they've got the receipts to prove it. Thomas with Talon Heating and Air, he's got the extra drip.
Bet. We'd be bussing and we come out to your house. We're going to get everything taken care of. We're not going to leave you feeling salty and you're not going to be saying big yikes.
All those other companies that throw shade at you, they're not keeping you cool.
Most of these chuggy companies out here just don't understand, you know. They be capping when they come to your house, telling you there's something wrong. It's not. We're going to come out there. We're going to leave you vibing with us, you know, and you're going to be real comfortable with our solutions.
Give us the digits.
Those digits are 256-503-4490.
And when you got the online web,
talenthvac.com.
All right, one more time with those digits.
All right, Rizzler. It's 256-503-4490. Bye, Felicia.
You need a lawyer and pick up the phone. I'm attorney Gary Lackey. When you call for a lawyer, where does that phone ring? My phone rings in my office.
I'm attorney Justin Lackey. My phone rings in my office too.
So does mine. I'm attorney Jennifer Lackey. And when you've been hurt and need help, we're the ones who take your call.
The Lackey Law Firm. The Lackey Law Family. 1-800-4RIGHTS.
No representation is made that the quality of the legal services to be performed is greater than the quality of legal services performed by other lawyers.
Thom Luganville here for my friends at Woody Anderson Ford. Bobby White and his team take great pride in their service department, and you can see it the moment you walk into those beautiful new service lanes. And just like a championship team, they all work together to make sure your experience is second to none, whether you drive a Ford or not. Also, check out the gold certified pre-owned inventory at Woody Anderson Ford for great deals every day. Stop by and see them at Jordan and Sparkman or at Woody Anderson of Madison on Hughes Road, or visit WoodyAndersonFord.com.
The state's largest orthopedic group is growing to meet the needs of the patients in our community. The Orthopedic Center has long been the most trusted name in orthopedics in North Alabama. So as our area continues on the fast track, so does the need for premier orthopedic care anywhere and anytime you need it. TOC is proud to announce the opening of our new locations in Albertville and Hampton Cove, along with the grand opening of our newest office in Decatur. These clinics will offer the same high-quality orthopedic care you have come to associate with TOC, with the convenience of being closer to home. As a patient, your time is your most precious asset, and we recognize that at TOC. That's why we are also proud to announce the opening of our urgent ortho clinics to handle those bumps and bruises that need prompt attention. These clinics are available to care for acute orthopedic injuries with no appointment necessary. With 38 physicians, 20 centers of excellence, and now more than a dozen locations to serve you, TOC will continue to be the name you turn to for the best orthopedic care at the right time. Visit our website at visittoc.com for more information. TOC, helping you live a better life.
A little ground ball to second. With men at second and third with 2 outs. It moved them over. And so they get out of it. So they had Mets had 2 men on. Mets record, Mets with runners in scoring position for the last 5 or 6 games is atrocious. And that was certainly the best scoring opportunity for the Mets so far in this game. So we go to bottom 5. Man, is it me, Joe, or is this game flying by? I mean,
it is
we're at the
flying
bottom
by.
of the 5th already?
Well, first pitch was also an hour and a half ago.
No, it wasn't. First pitch was at 12. It was at 12:15?
Okay, so an hour and 15 minutes ago.
Yeah, hour and 15. We're more than halfway through the game.
Most major league games now are going less than 3 hours. So this is
this
like almost the halfway point.
Yeah. I mean, this is good. This is looking like a 2 hour and 20 minute game right now. The way this thing is flying through. Wouldn't be bad to see the Braves pick up another run or two. That wouldn't suck. All right, phone lines are open if you want in, 256-5764-97.7. I honestly believe I was really surprised that Colorado didn't get treated better by the polls, either poll. They picked up one vote in the AP poll, and they picked up like 5 points or so in the coaches poll, but in both cases like 35, 36, somewhere in there. I was a little bit surprised by that. Colorado was pretty impressive on Saturday night. We got to give them, we bust their chops a lot, but to go across the country, go to UCF as a 14-point dog and win that game, got to give them a little bit of love there. I want to give some love also to the Orthopedic Center, where thousands of area residents have received world-class care from the Valley's most trusted and experienced group of orthopedic surgeons and medical specialists. They take care of the Huntsville Havoc, they take care of Alabama A&M, they take care of most of the high schools in the regions, 13 locations throughout the Tennessee Valley. So if you have an orthopedic problem and are considering professional care, think of TOC. It's the only logical choice. Whether it's work-related injury or sports injury, you need the best care, the best physicians, the best facilities to get you back in the game. Stay in the game with TOC. Garrett is up next. Garrett, welcome to the show. How are you?
Hey, buddy. How you doing?
I am fantastic.
Listen, I had something to add in. You're a coach. So when you saw that Georgia put 2 spies on Milroe, just like they did, in the SEC championship game, would that not have changed their game plan?
Well, I don't know that it didn't necessarily change the game plan, or that you knew that they would do it in the game plan. All I'm saying is if you're keeping 2 guys in the box like that to watch my quarterback, one, I'm going to do what they did, which was throw intermediate, and he did hit some behind those guys. 2, I'm still just lining up and running the ball. I mean, I don't get too, at some point in time, how many times have we seen Nick Saban in the second half of games that they're leading just bludgeon you to death? They needed to line up, put a hand in the dirt, and hand the ball off to both those running backs and run the ball off tackle, outside zone. They weren't doing anything interior-wise. They couldn't do it. They couldn't get anything going right up the gut. But I'd have been running that ball. And then after I ripped a couple of more of those 18 and 20-yard runs off on the off tackle, then I'd go play action off of that, roll the quarterback out the other way, and hit an easy score. I was surprised at the way the play calling surprised me a little bit in the second half. I'll be honest with you. That was not looking like a team that was leading, by 23 points.
You and Louisville are just the same. Every time I get on the phone, I got a lot to say, and y'all say it for me. And then here I am stuck.
I'm sorry. Luke's will be joining us tomorrow, but that's I'll be interested to see what he says about it.
Gilbert says, hey, he'll know what I mean.
All right, man. All right, Garrett. It's a good job by you. Marcelo Zuna is up with a man on first, bottom 5. Nobody out. A bomb here would be nice, don't you think, Joe?
Absolutely, it would be. I'd be okay with that.
Little bomb here, and go ahead and put Chris Sale on the plane now. Be nice. Johnny on a cell is next. Johnny's always good. Johnny, welcome to the show. How are you?
What's up, big dog?
You are.
So the question for me is, all right, look, I really am happy with Alabama's defense. If you'll think about how many times they put Georgia in 4th down situations, even in the second half, but Georgia went to that 4-down program where they didn't punt. And to me, that illustrates just how hard it is to play defense for 4 downs in a row and keep a team as talented as Georgia from getting 10 yards.
Yeah.
I mean, and really, truly, if you stop them one of those 5 or 6 times, we have a total. We're not even talking about how close this game got or even the fact that Georgia took the lead. I mean, you're talking about short fields that turn into the offense making another easy score and putting the game out of reach. But you also have to, tip your hat to how tough Georgia is, how mentally tough they are.
Yeah.
And just as equally tough Alabama is, after losing that giant lead, we didn't pull our tent. We went right back one play 13 seconds later, and we got the lead back. And then to see the growth of that Xavier Brown, how he gave the kid room so that he could be facing the quarterback and read the play, that's next level stuff. And I'm very, very happy with, at this day and age, that I don't have the 3 games that Georgia's got left to make the playoffs, knowing they've got to go to Texas, Ole Miss, and to get to Tennessee. That's a gauntlet. You figure they can't drop 2 of those or they're not going to get to the final dance.
Well, in Alabama has a tough schedule. Georgia has a brutal schedule. Georgia's schedule is even tougher than Alabama's. And so they had no room for error. And that's why when I say they could meet again, they could. Grumpy's like, oh, you got to say it. They're done. No, they could meet again. They could. And here's the thing.
They've got to play almost flawless football to get home.
Yeah, and I don't think it would be, for all intents and purposes, I don't think it would be in Atlanta. When I say they could meet again, I'm looking at a scenario where, well, not championship, but in the playoff. Can you not see a scenario if Georgia were only to lose one more of those games, which is going to be tough, but if Georgia were to only lose one more of the games, if they're 10-2, Georgia's in, and they're hosting a playoff game in the first round. Now, let's say Georgia is in and they host a playoff game and win that playoff game. And let's say Alabama goes through, gets through this, and they got a tough road to hoe too. But if I could see a scenario where Alabama and Georgia could meet in the first or second round of the playoffs, it could happen.
Well, like I said, to me, you saw 2 real, and for all those fans that says, that when Saban's gone, Georgia's going to take over the roost. Oh. Georgia doesn't have a Saban problem. They got a Bama problem.
Yeah, they do.
Book it. Yeah. Book it, baby.
1-9
now. Bama problem.
Yeah. Now,
I
appreciate you. It's a good job, Johnny. My son-in-law is a big Georgia fan. He's from Georgia. He's from Augusta, and he's a huge Georgia fan. And he was losing his mind trying to text with me and my sons, and it was like we were wrecking him. And my daughter, who's a big Georgia fan, we were just wrecking him. Not his wife, but my oldest daughter. And we were killing them. And then, of course, they come storming back, and they take the lead. And, he did have 519 yards in that game against Alabama. The kid threw for 440 yards, Carson Beck. But I'm not going to, Georgia's not, some sisters of the poor. We're still Georgia. That's a pretty good team. By the way, Braves are unable to cash that leadoff base runner in the 5th. So they go to the top of the 6th now, and they get the first out in the top of the 6th. So they had Ozuna hit into a double play, and Olsen grounded out the first. So now the Mets bat in the bottom of the 6th with 1 out, or checked at the top of the 6th with 1 out. Braves leading 2-0. Yeah, there were a lot of things that they needed to do. I thought that Alabama could have done to control the second half of that game. It did not have to get to where they had to make a comeback basically to win the game. It didn't feel like it was a big comeback because they came back like 15 seconds later. The play that Brown makes on the ball in the end zone, by the way, to end that game, and even that, it's down to that. The play that Xavier Brown makes on that ball, incredible ball skills. Great ball skills. So all the talk has been about Alabama. Even when the Auburn fan called in, it was about Alabama, Joe. And I'm surprised we're not getting any conversation about Peyton Thorne throwing a pick 6 on 3rd and 4 from the 43-yard line of Oklahoma with less than 4 minutes to go in a game that Auburn is leading.
Well, it's because Auburn fans hate football now, and so they don't want to talk about it, and they've accepted their fate, and they accepted the fact while the used car salesman is still the head coach, it's going to be like that.
No. That went from being what a win, and maybe they will get 6 or 7 wins, to being
it
what
took
a loss.
Oklahoma not having like 6 players for them to even have an opportunity to win.
Yeah, but it still felt like, maybe this is something different now. Maybe they'll get a little roll going here. No, they won't. And then Hugh Freeze says, I got to do a better job
explaining to him what the situation is there because it was an RPO when he threw the ball. It's like, why do you have to tell a quarterback that's like a ninth-year senior that the situation dictates that no matter what, you run the ball here on this RPO? And two, why are you calling an RPO? How about calling a freaking off-tackle play? How about just calling a running play? All right? How about just do that, Hugh?
Because Hugh is an idiot.
Yeah.
And he's already held his press conference today where he tried to be all holier than thou and talk about how this is a big life situation that he can use as a teaching moment. Just shut up. Just shut up, Hugh Freeze. By the way, it cost Auburn $19.6 million if they fired him at the end of the season.
Already doing the math?
Yeah, we're already doing the math on that. I think that is there's certain things that's good investment opportunities. I think this is going to be one of those. Just pay it out of the SEC network fund that you're about to get $70 million from because you've added Texas and Oklahoma.
Well, highlight from Hugh today.
They've won the biggest championship, and that's a championship of life.
Maybe that's not him.
Oh, you're not far off. You're not far off at all. Matter of fact, I have the actual transcript of that just a few seconds ago, and it says at one point in time it says that he has a lesson that he's been holding since summer to use it. He uses his teaching moments on Mondays and Thursdays. And I don't know, I'm starting to kind of throw up in my mouth. So I'm just going to stop.
They've won the biggest championship, and that's a championship of life.
No! 9.
That's a championship of life.
Just throw it all the way, you know.
To be totally honest, I didn't think I'd ever have a chance to break that out again. I didn't think that would ever see the light of day. It's sitting on a coach's board right now. I didn't think that would see the light of day. Let's get a break. We'll come back. My cousin Vinny is on deck. You can go ahead and get in the hole right now if you'd like at 256-5764-97.7. We have gone bottom 6, 1 out. Braves leading 2-0. Keeping you posted on that. Back with more right after this. Thom Abraham Show.
You're listening to the Thom Abraham Show with Joe Hunk on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
This is Brent Musburger's VSiN Action Update on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
Check out VSiN's catalog of original podcasts, daily and weekly programming to keep you in the know when you're on the go. Only at VSIN.com. Now, here are the latest lines from my guys in the desert.
The Mets, Diamondbacks, and Braves are all battling for 2 wild card spots in the National League. The Braves and Mets are scheduled to play a doubleheader today. The Mets were supposed to play 3 games in Atlanta last Tuesday through Thursday, but Hurricane Helene caused the Wednesday and Thursday games to be postponed. Both the Mets and Braves will clinch wild card spots if they split or sweep the doubleheader. The Diamondbacks will be rooting for a sweep. That's their only way into the postseason. In the first game is Tyler McGill facing Spencer Schwellenbach, New York plus 130, the Braves minus 155. No odds on the second game. Luis Severino starts for the Mets against Chris Sale. That's the VSiN Action Update on 97.7 ESPN The Zone. I'm Chuck Sanders.
Tom Luganbill here for my friends at Woody Anderson Ford. Bobby White and his team take great pride in their service department, and you can see it the moment you walk into those beautiful new service lanes. And just like a championship team, they all work together to make sure your experience is second to none, whether you drive a Ford or not. Also, check out the gold certified pre-owned inventory at Woody Anderson Ford for great deals every day. Stop by and see them at Jordan and Sparkman or at Woody Anderson of Madison on Hughes Road, or visit WoodyAndersonFord.com.
No representation is made that the quality of the legal services to be performed is greater than the quality of legal services performed by other lawyers.
This is Wes Neighbors sitting here with Stan McDonald. Stan, tell everybody why you're the best damn dirt lawyer in North Alabama.
Yes, Wes, at Jacob Title and the Stanton Law Firm. You know I'm a dirt lawyer, and a lot of our friends know that, which means we specialize in real estate. Now, if you own real estate or you're buying it or you're selling it, you need to do a closing, but a lot of times there's legal issues associated with that. We're a great group to talk to. My son, Lewis McDonald, heads our commercial closing division, And we approach your real estate needs very seriously. We seek to be the premier real estate closing company in North Alabama. And we do it in such a way it shows that we're experienced, we're for your success. We like to handle your real estate needs the same way Coach Dan Reeves used to say, never let them see you sweat. And that's going to be to your benefit, too, when you visit us at Jacob Title and the Stanton Law Firm. Our website online is jacobtitle.com.
Ann Adams with Berkshire Hathaway Rise Real Estate is the one name to know if you're buying or selling real estate. With years of local experience, Ann Adams offers buyers in-depth knowledge of the local housing market and will narrow available properties down to those you'll be interested in so you can save time when shopping for your new home. If you're ready to sell, Ann offers a seamless process using accurate pricing and expert negotiation skills to make sure you get a fair price for your home. Call Ann Adams today at 256-337-2625 or log on bhhsriserealestate.com.
Electric cars are coming faster than you think, and that's why we're bringing SEMA Connect to Alabama.
Our team educates you and helps provide a long-term plan for your business. Where to put them, how to get them there, how to pay for them, tax incentives, service, and monitoring. We take care of everything.
Doing the right thing means bringing EV car chargers to Alabama. Let us help you with your EV charging plan.
This is Paul Feinbaum. Listen to me coming up today at 2. Now back to the Thom Abraham Show on 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
Drive to center, real deep. On the run, Bader on the track. At the wall, it's gone! Home run! Ramon Laureano joins the party. Woo-hoo! 3-0 Atlanta.
So who says that the Oakland A's suck? Got Murphy at catcher. They got Matt Olson at first. They got Ramon Laureano. Who says they suck?
Well, I think like maybe 3 or 4 years ago, they probably didn't because they had these guys on their team.
2 years ago. I mean, really
true.
And they weren't bad. 2 or 3 years ago, yeah, they were a playoff contender. Remember, they had a great year, and then they just kept. They reminded me of Major League. They just kept getting rid of guys. Like the owner was like doing everything in his power to move, get a stadium deal, to get out of there.
Oh, look, it happened.
Yeah, and so now it happened. So they didn't do like in Major League. They didn't get it done like in Major League. And there's another hit. So Braves are up 3-0 now in the 6th as Gio Urshela gets a little knock.
So in 2019, because I don't count the COVID season, Laureano had 24 home runs for the A's and batted .288. Matt Olson had 36 home runs and batted .267. And I'm looking, and Sean Murphy that year batted .245, but he only had like 8 home runs that year. So yeah, that was their last true playoff team.
They just ran McGill out of the game. So pitching change for the Mets with the Braves up by a score of 3-0. I wonder if the broadcast crew is going to leave and if they're doing the second game, but they might get
the Braves 6 hits.
Hey, let me hear now.
Drive to center, real deep. On the run, Bader on the track. At the wall, it's gone! Home run!
And I like Bader. I liked him when he was with the Yankees, Harrison Bader. Good job there by Steve Moulton. Steve Moulton putting that in my box literally during the commercial break. It happened just as we went to commercial break, right when we went to commercial break, and I had it in my box to come back. That's a good job by Steve Moulton. I give Steve a lot of crap, but I got to give him that one. That was a good job by him. All right, let's get things refocused here. Let's tell you that this segment of the show is brought to you by North Alabama Mortgage, where your average home equity is at an all-time high. Guess what's happening, Joe? They cut the rates. The Fed cut the rates, so the rates are coming down. Now we're into the 6s, and they're coming down. So don't put off that new home purchase, because when the rates drop, the price of that house is going to go up. So buy now, get the best deal possible, and when those rates get all the way down to where you like it, then you can go ahead and refi. And if you're thinking about home improvements, this is a great time to use the equity in your house and refi later as well. Learn more at NorthAlabamaMortgage.com. That's NorthAlabamaMortgage.com. My cousin Vincenzo is up next. Vinny!
What do you say, Tom?
I say go Braves. And I am looking forward to day baseball all week long this week here in the Big Dog Production Studio.
Well, is there anything better than October baseball, Tom?
No, I mean, daytime October baseball is just absolutely spectacular. Tomorrow, 1:30, things will get kicked off with the Orioles and the Tigers. So the Detroit Tigers get the early game against the Orioles, and it's glorious. It's absolutely glorious. 4 games tomorrow, 4 games on Wednesday.
You got people skipping work early, not telling their boss. You got kids skipping school. October baseball, especially during the day, is fantastic. Number 2, did you wear the hat on the interview?
No.
With the Boston people, did you wear your Yankee hat?
I didn't. I switched to. I wore one of my hats. I wore a Big Dog hat. I had a hat that had my logo on it. Yeah, I wore that. I told them though. I told them. I said I was going to. I told them now. One of the hosts is a Royals fan, and the other is a Boston fan, but it's a Boston show. And I told them. I said, look, I was going to wear my Yankee hat, and I took it off and switched to this Big Dog hat just because I was a little concerned how you guys might react. It's starting to rain right now in Atlanta. What's up with that? That's all we need is a rain out.
Well, is it past 5.5 innings?
It is past 5.5 innings. Boy, could they rain the second game out? What would happen? If they rain the second game out and just send the Mets and the Braves. If the Braves win the first game, what happens if they can't play the second game? The Braves would be like in San Diego already. Like, hey, you do whatever you want. We're going to San Diego.
There you go. Finally, and I'll get to it real quick because we don't want. Well, it's not Friday, so Grumpy won't get mad.
No, he won't get mad.
My takeaways from the Alabama game. First, just a great football game, just fun to watch. Just a great game. I think that Coach DeBoer, understood by the time that game was Georgia went ahead that this isn't the Pac-12.
Yeah.
In the Pac-12, you're ahead 28-0. The people start leaving the stadium, and no one cares in the second half. The SEC is not the Pac-12. Georgia's not BYU or whoever plays whoever played in the or UCLA. Agreed?
100%. I think that this was a great learning moment for him and the staff. I think this is a great moment where the staff can reevaluate a little bit and say, because Nick Saban was on at halftime and he was screaming about how he would be talking to the team at the half, that he would be laying into them about what they have to do, and that Georgia is absolutely capable of coming back. I wonder if there was any paint peeling going on at halftime in that locker room. I think that the players got complacent, and I think the coaching staff got complacent, and I think that this is a great learning moment for DeBoer and that staff to say, all right, we got to learn, we got to make sure that we keep our foot on their throat when that happens.
This is a different ball. You go for the jugular, Tom.
Yeah, well, and you go for the jugular in this particular case with a brutal running game. And I'm not saying I don't know how that would have gone. All I know is they ran the ball 11 times in the game. 11 times. I mean, forget outside of the quarterback running, they ran the ball to a running back 11 times in the ball game.
And you don't snap the ball with 20 seconds left on the
Yeah, what the heck was that? Right, that's a good point. I didn't even get into that. Yeah, the clock management at the end, snapping a ball with 25 seconds. You got to get a. Come on now, boy, it's raining hard there in Atlanta.
I think Coach DeBoer was a little bit shocked that Georgia came back like they did, and it took Jalen Milroe, who's been there before, and a freshman who acts like he's been there before, to bring him out of it. Lastly, and then I'll let you go. I think another thing Kalen DeBoer realized was how lousy the SEC officiating is, and he's going to have to get used to that.
That's a problem all over. I wouldn't hang that. Thanks for the call, Vinny. I appreciate you. I wouldn't hang that on the SEC. That's in all football. Officiating is officiating is at an all-time low. The games are faster than ever, NFL and college, and with all of this, super high def TV that we can see everything, it's a mess. Let's get a break.
We'll come back with a final. It is pouring there, Joe.
Yeah,
it is raining hard. It's not raining over here at all.
No.
It rained all day.
If you look at a radar, there's like two little specks of green on the radar. One of them is right over Truist.
Yeah.
There's only like a 10% chance of rain today in Atlanta, and it's happening at Truist right now.
Right now. 100% chance of rain right now in Atlanta. All right, we'll get a break. We will come back and wrap this sucker up next right here on the Thom Abraham Show.
You're listening to the Thom Abraham Show with Joe Hunk on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
By now, you know about Eagle Masonry and Insulation, and maybe you know that Eagle also does landscaping and dirt work. But how about after paint work? Shower doors, shelving, and mirrors, all taken care of by Eagle, the same Eagle that takes care of all your masonry, insulation, and landscaping needs. Eagle brings the same level of expertise to all these disciplines, and they're ready to provide you with a free quote. The website is the same, insulatewitheagle.com, as is the phone number, 256-755-1556. Give them a call and see what Eagle can do for you. Eagle saves you time. Eagle saves you money.
Hey folks, this is Arthur Seaton, managing partner at University Kia, proudly saying Roll Tide and War Eagle. Stop into University Kia today and shop one of the area's largest selection of new Kias, including Fortes, Seltos, Telluride, and Popular Carnival, and fully electric EV6. View all the great specials at universitykia.com and get pre-approved in minutes so you can drive home your new Kia you really want, because we want to see you in a University Kia.
Hey there, Bob Baumhauer again. Baumhauer's Victory Grill is extremely proud to have recently received numerous awards, including being voted best wings in the state of Alabama. Other awards received include Best All-Around Restaurant, Best American Restaurant, #1 Sports Bar, Best Chef, Best Wings, and Best Dining Experience. Thank you for 43 legendary years, and we look forward to providing you an award-winning dining experience at every visit. Baumhauer's Victory Grill. Legendary fun, legendary food.
Owen Home Appliance Center features the biggest names in home appliances like Viking, Whirlpool, Maytag, KitchenAid, GE, and Frigidaire. But they also have great brands that you may not know, like Mela, Forno, Z-Line, InvisiCook, and Beko. But no matter what, they all get delivered the day you buy, and they service everything they sell. And at the Lacey Spring Showroom, just 8 miles south of the river on 231, you'll find a totally interactive showroom where you can hear the dishwashers wash and the freezer's free and see the cookies get baked in the double ovens. Owen Home Appliance Center will even wash and dry a load of clothes for you so that you can see how great the products are. And they have ice machines making all kinds of ice, cubed, nugget, and top hat. How is that for variety? Owen Home Appliance Center believes in community involvement as well, sponsoring youth teams, race cars, and an annual Easter egg hunt. Quality products, quality pricing, quality service is the name of the game for Owen Home Appliance Center. Find them in Somerville and Lacey Springs and online at owenappliance.com.
From Coleman to Fayetteville and all points in between.
Son, pull the hammer back. Smokey's coming at you in a plain white wrapper.
97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
Turn it up.
Turning, carry me home just like you, singing songs about the Southland.
And welcome back, Thom Abraham Show. Segment of the show is brought to you by the Rocket City Federal Solutions, who have worked in 77 countries on over 150 projects. They have 35 years combined experience, headed up by their CEO, Jason Largen. And these great Americans, they handle everything from IT and cyber security to operational and maintenance services for critical infrastructure, ensuring optimal performance and longevity. You can learn more by going to RocketCityFederalSolutions.com. That's RocketCityFederalSolutions.com. It looks like it might have let up, Joe. It looks like it stopped almost. I think the rain stopped.
It was seriously just a small speck on the radar. Like that was it. There's not supposed to rain for the remainder of the evening.
It looks it just looks crazy not seeing the people in the seats and everything.
in those expensive seats. You know what? Rain or not. I mean, this is like a playoff game. Of course, I say this is like a playoff game. How many times over the years during the Braves' great run have we seen playoff games early in the playoffs, divisional series playoff games, and there be empty seats?
Well, it happened a lot towards the end of the 14-year run. Like, just
Right.
Braves fans just started saying, I'm not even coming to the divisional round. I don't care one thing about it.
Yeah, well, still, playoff baseball.
Also, a win probability that's at the top of the screen on ESPN could be the dumbest thing in sports.
Don't want to see win probability. Stop with the win probability. I want to see that. Tigers' playoff probability was 0.02%. They're playing tomorrow against the Orioles. I don't want to hear about it. All right, they're going to the 7th check that. They're going to bottom 7 with the Braves leading 3-0. Paul Feinbaum is coming up next. Remember, you can follow the game if you want. Go over to 97.7-2 to listen there or on the app. You can check that out over there as well. For Joe, I'm Tom. Have a great day, everybody.